Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with Oklahoma State head coach Josh Holliday. If you have questions, please raise your hand. Questions for head coach Josh Holliday, please raise your hand. First question, Mason Young.
Yeah, Coach Mason Young with the Tulsa World. Just was curious, going up against UCSB, they've got those two really good starters. How do you, kind of game plan for those guys, dissect, and also really separate balls and strikes as you're going up against those guys?
Well, you watch the film and study the way that they've approached the hitters all year long and understand their strengths and also understand what you need to do to be successful against them. And, there's a lot of video out there nowadays to use to try to understand how pitchers go about using their pitches and the patterns that they use. So watch the video and collect some information and then apply it in the right amount to your own team and stick to your strengths as well. So it's a little bit of video review and film and then application to your own team and then ultimately come up with a good game plan and go out and compete.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question, Jacob Unruh, the Oklahoman.
Hey, Josh. Christian hasn't homered in a long time. Are teams pitching him differently?
He's standing right here to my left. Way to go. Way to get him thinking about that, Jacob.
Sorry.
You just broke the seal, man. That's awesome. Listen, yeah, they pitch him with caution. He was on a tear. I think they've tried to keep him in the yard and probably make pitches on him that, they really bear down. I mean, every lineup's got a hitter or two that the other team decides they gotta try to neutralize to some degree. He's still done a fantastic job of having good at bats and driving the ball, lots of doubles, lots of RBIs. All he's got to do is hit it clean on the barrel and it'll go. And this is a great ballpark for strong guys to hit the ball clean on the barrel. So I imagine that home run streak will pick back up at some point while we're out here.
And pitching wise, how do you plan on using Brett Stanley this tournament?
We'll use him to win. I mean, we'll use him when it gives us the greatest chance to win. And in game one with Justin on the mound to start, then Brett and the rest of the bullpen lineup behind him. And Brett will pitch when we have an opportunity to win the game, either out of the bullpen or pitch when necessary to give us the greatest chance to win if a start were to present itself. So, you get to this point in the season and you're going to use your guys to win. There is no pacing yourself or waiting for tomorrow, if you will. It's live in the moment now and win in advance, right? So we'll use him effectively, more like the traditional use that we had of him at the beginning of the season.
Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.
Are there any more questions for Coach Holliday? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Next up, we have Christian Encarnacion Strand. If you have a question, please raise your hand. First question, Mason Young.
Yeah, Christian. I know these guys are facing UCSB, have a pretty good left-hander in Rodney Boone, and if you guys get to face him, being the right-handed power hitter you are and how the ballpark kind of lends itself to your skill set, how good of a matchup do you think that can be? You like your chances against him?
Yeah, I like my chances. I like our team chances. It really doesn't matter who's throwing. We all stick to an approach, and if we stick to it properly, it really doesn't matter who's throwing at the end of the day.
How difficult is it to go against a guy like that when he has a really good mix of all three pitches, fastball, changeup, curveball, and there's not really one thing that you can sit on?
It's challenging, but like I said, when we stick to approaches, it really doesn't matter.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Next question, Jacob Unruh, the Oklahoman.
Hey, Christian, I know you heard me ask Josh this. It's been a while since you've homered. How do you approach those at-bats right now? Is that in your mind? Do you stay patient? How are you doing all that right now?
It doesn't really go through my mind. When I'm hitting, I try not to think at all. I just see it, hit it, stick to kind of like we build an approach in practice, and when we get in there, like it all just kind of goes into play. If I hit it out, I hit it out. If I don't, I don't. At the end of the day, it's all about just making hard contact.
Do you feel like you've stayed within yourself during the last month or so, even though pitchers have adjusted?
Yeah, for the most part. Sometimes I'll come out of it a little bit, but we adjust and we go right back to it.
Justin's pitching tomorrow too. How big has he been for you guys? How much has he grown this season?
Huge. He's a big part of the team.
Do we have any more questions for Christian?
I can't talk when you're right here, Jeff. Can't do it.
Thank you, Christian. Okay, we're going to wrap up with Justin Campbell. Questions for Justin, please raise your hand. First question, Jacob Unruh, the Oklahoman.
Hey, Justin, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Josh saying you're getting the start tomorrow. What does it mean to become the game one starter in a regional?
It's huge. When I'm on the mound, I know I'm gonna give my team the best chance to win a ball game, and especially getting that one out of the way, it's a huge win. It builds momentum and it builds confidence for the rest of the team.
It's a different ballpark, different air. How much experience do you have in Arizona? Do you know, with that kind of stuff?
A lot of experience in Arizona. Grew up in Southern California, played a lot of ball out here. You just got to keep the ball down in the zone. Can't leak out and throw the ball over the plate. It's a good yard to hit at, and very, very hitters friendly, and keep the ball down in the zone, get ground outs, and we should be good to go.
I'm working on a story about Cade Cabanis in his defense. He's made big plays behind you all season. Mm-hmm. What really stands out to you about him defensively?
He's best defensive outfielder I've ever seen. Probably top 5 and if not top 3 in college baseball. He for sure saves a lot of runs, takes away a lot of outs too, and out in the outfield is just a great weapon to have out there, and especially in the lineup within the last 5 games.
And what kind of leader is he for the clubhouse?
Huge leader. He's been here for 6 years. He knows the drill. He just knows how to lead a team and pick us up when we need to.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
Next question, Robert Allen, Pokes Report. Robert, go ahead.
Yeah, Justin, I hope you can hear me. I'm at Softball Hall of Fame Stadium. I know you pitch with a lot of emotion, but you seem to be able to channel it the right way almost every time. Talk about that mental process on the mound of being emotional, but doing it in a way that makes your pitching efficient.
So I have a routine before every game. I get in a mindset where nobody is better than me on the mound. When I'm on that mound, nobody should get on base. I shouldn't walk anyone, shouldn't let anyone cross home plate. And when I'm on that mound, I just think that I'm better than anyone on that field. I don't show aggression towards the other opponent. It's just competition within myself. When I want to get a guy out, I get a guy out, and then the emotion just roll through my body. And it's honestly a great feeling when you go out there, throw the pitches you want in the right location, and when the emotion just lets out, it's just a great feeling.
Are there any more questions for
Thanks.
Justin Campbell? Yes, Mason Young, go ahead.
Yeah, Justin, I was just curious with, you guys not having the opportunity to be here and have a postseason last year, just how much more does this mean to you now? And is there really kind of like a heightened sense of opportunity with you guys in the clubhouse?
Absolutely. Since we have a majority of the guys from last year back, and from experiencing what we went through last year, having a shortened season, it means a lot more. We want this just as bad as anyone else, and we're not going to go out really soon at all. I think we're going to have a great run. We got to get game 1 out of the way and go from there.
Thank you.
Next question, Shotgun Spratling, D1 Baseball.
How much pressure are you kind of putting on yourself with the fact that you guys have had so many injuries in the starting rotation? How important do you think it is to give a good outing and a lengthy get deep into the game?
No pressure at all. You just got to stay within yourself and just let the game handle itself. You can't do any more than what you already can do on the field, and just play the game and just let it roll.
And how much did it help having the extra rest the last couple weeks?
It's been great, letting our bodies recover the way that they need to be. Being on the field every day, it's really taxing on the body, and getting the last few days of recovery and having it off, it's really huge for not only individually but for the rest of the team.
All right, thank you, everybody. That's all we have for Oklahoma State. We'll be back at 2:30 with UC Santa Barbara.